Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 18 of our favorite rock guitar teams of all time. That's right. Two guitarists, maybe three guitarists, who work so well together they created some magic, right? Could be two great lead players, could be a killer lead player and an amazing rhythm player, or maybe three great lead players, right? Whatever the case might be. This particular band that I'm going to be talking about today, this particular duo, worked together on the first four albums in the career of this band, starting in 1975 with their debut album, Dreamboat Annie. Of course, I'm talking about Nancy Wilson and Roger Fisher. That's right, the first woman we're talking about in this particular series here. What a great guitar player Nancy Wilson is and was back then as well, too. Back in the day, this was more of your traditional rhythm guitar player, lead guitar player type of a configuration. And Roger, terrific lead player. Nancy, master rhythm player, but also, Nancy, got to give her lots of credit. Pretty good lead player too. Did do some lead guitar work on these albums, not a ton, but here and there. But more importantly, she was the one who kind of laid down all of the intricate rhythm guitars, the acoustic guitars, right? She very, very talented player who added lots of different layers and colors and textures to all these Heart albums, especially early on in the 70s, where they blended kind of like, folk and pop and heavy rock all together. I mean, all that kind of magical, interesting acoustic bits and things, that's mostly Nancy's stuff. Really, really good stuff here. So, of course, you're talking about, you got Magic Man and Crazy on You, title track Dreamboat Annie, Sing Child, big heavy rocker. That's Roger Fisher's all over that one, right? How, some great songs on here. One of my favorite debuts of all time. It was absolutely classic, of course. They released Magazine. Okay, after that, you got the good rocker Heartless, you got the lovely Devil Delight, Just the Wine, Mother Earth Blues, Here Song, I Got the Music in Me, great, great rocker. Then, of course, Little Queen. And here we see Howard Leese coming into play. I believe he's on this particular album, or maybe it's the album after that. I forget exactly where Howard Leese joined up with the band. Let's see if we got any info on here. Hold on, bear with me a second here. Does not say. Come on, guys, can't you list the musicians on the... Yeah, nowhere on here. That's crazy. Anyway, Howard Leese does kind of join up towards the end of the Roger Fisher time in the band. Howard Leese adding little guitars and keyboards and occasional leads and stuff. And then once Roger Fisher left the band, he and Nancy became that guitar duo. And a mighty fine one, I might add as well. I do want to give plenty of props there. But I'm going to go with the original duo here, of course. Here you got, of course, Barracuda, one of the great heavy tracks that they ever did. Love Alive, a Sylvan song. Again, those lovely acoustic guitars. Dream of the Archer, title track Little Queen. Great, great album. Again, mixing the heavy and the light. And then the last Roger Fisher album, Dog and Butterfly. Love that. Absolutely love the title track. Cook with Fire, High Time, great hard rocker. Straight On, love that, right? Cool riffs in that song. Mistral Wind, one of their great, great kind of proggy, folky, hard rock tracks. Amazing, amazing song. And again, Roger Fisher, it's just a shame that he kind of after he left Heart, he did some things here and there, but basically just kind of disappeared from music. And what a terrific guitar player Mr. Fisher was, and added so many great big heavy rock and riffs and just biting bluesy hard rock guitar solos, right? Really, really tasty lead player, and his more aggressive tones worked well with the majestic work of Nancy Wilson. That's this one of the things that's so great to me about the early Heart albums, besides, of course, Ann's vocals, which are off the charts amazing from back in the early days to today. But it was always that guitar interplay between those two, who were very, very different players. Whereas Nancy, not only a really good rock player, but a really good kind of folk player, knew some classical stuff as well. So really interesting the way they worked together, and it created lots of magic early on here in the band's career. So yeah, Roger Fisher and Nancy Wilson from Heart, and again, major props to the Nancy Wilson and Howard Leese configuration as well, which came right after and put, did lots of great stuff on albums like Bibi Lestrange and Private Audition, Passion Works, Heart, and so on, right? All the stuff throughout the 80s. So, yeah, just a great band, Heart, which has great guitar teams no matter what area you look at. But I'm specifically going with those early albums here, right, which feature Nancy and Roger together. So there you have it. That's my pick for today, day 18. Let us know what you think of the Heart duo here, as well as your pick for day 18. And we're going to continue doing this each and every day up to the 31st before we move on to other things in November, which we'll be talking about some of my favorite female-fronted bands of all time. So that's coming up in the month of November, so stay tuned for that. But we've got lots more guitar duos, or guitar teams, I should say, coming up. So stay tuned. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Stay tuned. We got the In the Prog Seat Tuesday night show coming up tonight for you. We're returning back to the letters of the alphabet, so we're at letter K. So we'll be talking about our favorite prog bands that begin with the letter K. Of course, we have 2 Hall of Famers tonight that we will be just designating as Hall of Famers. I think you pretty much know who those 2 bands are for the letter K if you're a prog fan. So we'll be talking a little bit about them, but we won't be picking them because basically they would be on everybody's list. So we're trying to add some other bands that we love that start with the letter K. So that's coming up tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow is new release day, new album review day. We've got a ton for you. So there's some really, really great stuff that's been coming out of late. So we're going to be talking about those tomorrow. We got Clutch and Queensryche and quite a few others. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see you then, right? So I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for joining, everybody. Please hit that like button before you leave us today. Very, very important to the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of these videos as they post. And we'll see you tomorrow morning with another favorite rock guitar team of all time. I am Pete Pardo. See you then. Bye-bye.